Buggers, heading over the rooftop.
Daddy, I'm good!
This is where you could also build these in the stream too.
Across the street, down low.
I just don't got another camera right now. Well, the camera I do have, like I got a good webcam camera, but it's so pathetic.
Hey,
what
when
it
you gonna
does
start fighting, split lip?
like every little thing, like it doesn't stay stuck into the port anymore. And so every you can fool around and wave at somebody, and it goes. The camera's like, oh, you lost the back. I didn't even do that. But it.
Damn alien!
Yeah. Good thing I did it
Is that it, huh?
yesterday when I was supposed to.
Pay for your sins.
Hey, wake up, mate! Time to die!
You're not a man yet. Eyes up, Phantom's back.
Let me make sure that the sound is coming through okay. So I gotta do this.
I can't see it.
Bloody alien.
Found you.
My arrow's a little big for that courtyard, Sergeant. I see it's good LZ on the other side of these buildings. Meet you there.
I mean,
Over.
from the
Copy that.
game.
Someone get a satchel on the gate.
All right. Yep. Okay. Good.
Second squad, this is Cortana. What is your status? Over.
We're operational, ma'am.
And that sounds good. So now I could do this.
Find a hole. Stay put. We'll
All right. So, like I was saying before, the biggest story right now is that they trade for the Lakers, and
Sergeant, I need you on that.
let me just do it this way.
My Pelicans are going to start airlifting armor and reinforcements into the city. They'll need an escort that isn't afraid of a little hostile ground fire.
Understood. I'll keep an eye on them.
And
Good luck.
one of those things, see this where I think you should get a microphone too. You could. Well, that's assuming you want to get on this. I gotta see if you show up. Okay, good. Oh,
Hold on a second.
yeah. There you go.
See if it's coming.
Wait, is the sound coming in through the headset?
No, that's not.
Okay, because you don't want it to. Now, if you hit the power button again, or start first, and then go over, down, hit A, down, hold on, yeah, that, drop the game volume. Almost all the way to the left, but one up. Okay, perfect. Okay, you're good.
That's
Yep.
it.
Yeah. Okay, now I can pipe you through, I think. I'll try saying something.
Something. You
Yeah,
hear me?
that's better. Well, like I was saying, the big conversation is that trade, and the way I see it is, you ever you ever watch those TV shows where the guy thinks he's so self-important, but then you find out that he has so many like, he puts this air on because he might be bullied at home, or he has these other issues, that this arrogancy is a show because he's trying to compensate for something else, right? Like, I don't know, like, when they do stuff like, how am I gonna put this? Like, I'm trying to think of a TV show, and here's how I'll do it. Here's how I'm gonna do it. Ava, I'm gonna need your help here. I'm trying to think of a TV show character who had this self-importance, but like they would think they were the cat's meow, but in reality they weren't. Like, who are some television characters that had this kind of persona? Okay, that's good. How about some from drama televisions, like maybe like a cop show or something like that? Yeah, exactly right. And yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, like, that guy. Could you see yourself being confident around that guy? Like, because if things went down, and and if your life was like, okay, your life depended on making sure he knows what he's doing well, but he doesn't really have the chops to really fulfill. Can you really depend on such a character? Yes, but would you find out that? So what if you find out that he really isn't a supportive team worker? So give me another character where this fits. Okay, and what I mean by that, like, okay, so I like how you say that where he struggled with his ego, but also didn't really deliver results. And I'm trying to think of other TV shows too, where the character was like, well, I'm the best this, I'm the best that, but ultimately they were sorely lacking. Where are some other television series and shows and characters where this was the case?
Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory is another example.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, it doesn't have to always be funny, but that could work.
Characters like Walter White from Breaking Bad also fit.
No, he doesn't, because he obviously he does, but he doesn't have the arrogancy though. Right. So I'm not. So he has this thing. Okay. So he does make the best product though. If you want to use that as an example, his results are not just because he's arrogant and produces the best product. We're talking about a guy who has the arrogance but doesn't produce the best product.
For a character like that, someone like the White Shrew is often there. Also overestimated.
Yeah, give me about 10 guys from television shows that fit that bill.
Sure. Characters like Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother, Gilderoy Lockhart from Harry Potter, and Goblin from Arrested Development also fit that type.
Okay, what's a television show or a movie where the character, he had all this clout, he had this self-importance, but then when things got rough or tough, he could. Oh my goodness.
Move up, amigos! Yeah, look at him go!
Oh no, I'm back to standard voice.
Yeah, Phantom!
I lost my advanced mode. That's what it boils down to. Anyway, so what I'm trying to get at, what I'm asking here is this. I need a character from like a movie where they felt they were super important, like the mission won't work unless they're there, but they're really also part of the problem why the mission won't work, period. And if the mission doesn't work, it's everybody else's fault but theirs.
A great example is Agent John Hart from Torchwood. He sees himself as essential and charismatic, but he's reckless, selfish, and often causes more problems than he solves. When things go wrong, he blames everyone else while acting like the key to success. Another classic is Hudson from Alien. He talks big but panics under pressure, making things worse while still thinking it's crucial. Are you thinking of a hero, an anti-hero, or more of a comedic take on this type?
Actually, that's close. Hudson is close. Hudson is the kind of guy that I'm looking for. I need a couple of characters that also fit that bill from other movie titles.
Got it. Hudson is a solid pick. Here are a few more that fit that bill. 1. Rick O'Connell's brother-in-law, Jonathan Carnahan, the Mummy series. He thinks he's a key player, but he mostly causes problems, gets in trouble, and never takes responsibility. 2. Private Upham, Saving Private Ryan. He believes he's vital to the mission, but his inexperience and hesitation make him a liability, so he later redeems himself. 3. Zap Brannigan, Futurama. Not a movie character, but he's the epitome of a guy who thinks he's crucial while actively ruining missions. 4. Todd Packer, The Office, but close enough. He believes he's a necessary part of the team, but only causes problems. Would you prefer action-heavy or more comedic examples?
I think we're breaking it down perfectly because there's a reason why I'm saying this, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But Hudson is actually really good. Where, um, this is a character who really self-boasts. Oh, I could do this, I could do that, and um, there are certain characters um, where they, and the idea is they really don't show up when you know the line is drawn or set up or whatever the case may be. Like now is the time for them. Like you hope that they have the skill set to match that bolster, and it's really in those critical moments you really find out that they don't have that, and so that's the kind of character I'm trying to find, and I know they exist in a lot of TV shows and movies, and I guess what it boils down to is if you're um, telling me you're great, I'm okay with accepting it, but I'm also I would be more appreciative of the clout if you could actually back it up.
I don't think they expected us to. Not you and me. All of us. Humanity on Earth.
I
Odd,
see
I
exactly
know,
what you're
but it
getting
does
at.
help explain why they
The
came
kind of
here with such a
characters
small
who
fee.
act like they're essential, but when the moment truly comes, they don't deliver.
You gotta think about it now. Researching the internet.
A few more that fit that mold. One, Biff Tannen, Back to the Future series. Always acting tough, like he's the biggest deal, but when faced with real stakes, he's cold. Two, Walter Subtract, the Big Lebowski. Talks like he's a tactical genius, but his actions usually escalate situations instead of fixing them. Three, Frank Draven, the Naked Gun series. Thinks he's a brilliant cop, but his incompetence causes most of the problems. Four, Randy Macho Man Taylor, Home Improvement. Not a movie, but a classic case of boasting skill only to fail miserably.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Five, Burt Gummer,
That's a good
early
one.
on, from Tremors. Acts like a survivalist mastermind.
Who was it?
But when the threat arrives,
Tim the
he's not in
Two-Man.
control as
Oh,
the
yeah.
dog.
Tim the Two-Man
yeah.
Taylor.
Fine lines can get frustrating to these characters, but they all share that theme. Trust me, I got this. Followed by a disaster that proves otherwise. So, what's your angle for this?
Okay, no. Bert is actually no. Okay, so Bert is actually the opposite. Bert actually provides value. Here's a guy from Tremors that look. If there's a place I want to be, it's at Bert's place because he has all the guns, weapons, resources, and he's fully loaded. Like I'm not gonna be in a candy shop trying to fight off these desert worms. You ever seen the movie Tremors? Okay, I'll give you an example of what it is. But Ava, I need okay. Bert is now Tim the Two-Man Taylor is actually a great way. Is actually a good one because that's exactly who I'm referring to, and I'll see if you can figure out where I'm hinting at in a second. But if you can think of like an action role where or a movie and the guy, so for an example, a goofy character but also delivers will be Ace Ventura. Now he sounds goofy, he's crazy, he's eccentric, but at the same time it's also part of why he works, right? But at the same time, there's also people that are just like, yeah, you can't make it without me, but then they're always the first one in trouble, and they're also the first one who's suffering, and you would think they had the skill set to make it or whatever the case may be or something like that. I mean, they lap it up, but then when push comes to shove, there's no real result from them.
Got it. You're looking for a character who talks a huge game, acts like the backbone of the operation, but when the moment of truth arrives, they either crumble or contribute nothing of value. They believe they're indispensable, but they're actually deadly, or worse, a liability. Here are some action-oriented examples. 1. Cooper,
Cabinet
Event
has been trying
Horizon.
to regroup.
Talks
Don't
tough and
let
acts like
them.
a competent soldier, but when the horror kicks in, he's nowhere near as useful as he might be. 2. Loudmouth Merc competitor knockoff. A lot of 80s and 90s action movies had that one guy who boasts about his military prowess. But the first real fight reveals he's all talk. 3. Wayne from Jurassic Park. The guy behind the security system acts like he's smarter than everyone, but ends up causing the entire disaster.
Oh, yeah.
4. Holly from Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Not an action hero, but a perfect example of someone who leeches off greatness while acting like they deserve credit. 5. Johnny Cage at first from Mortal Kombat 1995.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Brags about being the best fighter, but he's immediately humbled. He does
Right.
get better, but he starts out as the exact guy you're describing.
Yeah.
And the Toolman Taylor is definitely a perfect comedic version of this. Always thinking he's the expert, but constantly proving otherwise. I feel like you're building towards something. Am I on the right track?
Yes. And the self-importance, and I'm not saying that having this self-importance or this confidence is bad, but I need you to back up this self-importance. Like, okay, so let me get this straight. So if you're in a war zone, Ava, and you have a Tim the Two-Man Taylor who is type soldier in your bunker, you're going to want him to be able to perform and hope that he is who he say he is. And at the same time, if you find out that he isn't who he says he is, how might you feel? Especially in the time of need.
Oh, I'd be furious and frustrated beyond belief. Because in a war zone, there's no room for dead weight. Especially someone who acts like they're the key to survival, but then crumbles when things get real. Confidence is great, but if it's not backed by skill, then it's just dangerous. If I had a guy like Tim the Toolman Taylor in my bunker, talking a big game but failing when it matters, I'd feel betrayed, stuck with a liability instead of a teammate. In that moment of crisis, I'd be thinking, you mean to tell me that all that boasting was just noise? That when we need you most, you're actually making things worse? It's one thing if someone is honest about their limits.
Okay, so going back to Tremors. Now she mentioned Bert. Now Bert is actually an eccentric guy on the movie, and basically he's one of those guys. You ever watched King of the Hill? Or you ever know those people that tell you that the war is coming kind of thing, or you know, doomsday is on its way, they're preparing for the zombie apocalypse and all that other stuff, and you know, you see them as crazy. And Bert was this kind of guy, and nobody understood why he's always buying guns, buying all this ammunition. He's got a big old bunker under the basement of his house. Like, what I'm talking about, this dude was loaded. We're talking about guns like this stuff that you're playing on the game here. Big old sniper rifles. I mean, high-powered energy guns, and I'm like, goodness. But then, when these dudes show up, and Tremors is about these big old earthworms, we're talking about like sharks in the sand. And every time you make a noise, they show up. You know what I mean? They travel by vibration. And so you know when they show up, you know you can hear you go, that means they're about to get you. You always tell them stop. So you know they operate by sound. And these things are huge. You know, it's like I don't know how it's explained. It's like a big old Winnebago with mouth come after you and swallow you whole and stuff. And I mean, it's just it's one of those. It's like a Jurassic Park movie, but different. And now people will say, well, he could be bolstering, he's all talk, but that's the guy I want to sit with because of all that stuff, because of all that gear he got. He got the grenades, the grenade launchers, the shotguns, the things that actually will kill these creatures. That's what you want in your team. But then you got a guy who you know you know. And whenever I say this stuff too, like, okay, acting is one thing. Like there's this movie called Galaxy Quest, where Tim Allen has to play like it's a knockoff on Star Trek, and basically it's about these aliens who assume that these characters on TV were real astronauts. You know, these aliens from another planet assume that these guys had real chops, but they're actors. So, to a degree, we could forgive Tim Allen and his crew for not understanding anything on the real life spaceship that they've been portraying on TV. Because these aliens think it's a real spaceship, so they make a whole real spaceship based off of the television show. It works like it's supposed to work on a television show, but these actors, they don't. You know, when you're acting, you're make believe, right? So that kind of makes sense why we can't see any results from these characters because they're out of their real element. An actor is an actor. They're not a look. I don't need George Clooney to operate on me. You know what I'm talking about? Because he's an actor. He's got a doctor.
Oh yeah.
But people are like, can you imagine somebody be like, do you think could work on my appendix, George? And we're talking about look. If George Clooney's character, like, you know, there's a lot of doctor shows. And there's a lot of doctor shows where the doctor would be like, where the character is like, I'm the best. Where he'd be like, I'm the best doctor, I'm the best surgeon you guys got in this hospital, right? And then if you're in a situation on, like, let's say a plane or something, and that actor is there, and you'd be like, I need your help. You'd be like, I'm not a real doctor. I play one on TV. But you see what I'm saying? That's okay though to have that bolster because you're playing a character, but you're not that in that's not who you are in real life. And I'm getting somewhere with this topic. I'm telling you. But we're talking about like if it was a doctor. And, he says, I got the highest success rate for surgery.
That's quite a welcome party.
And you find out he only did 5 surgeries and only lost 1 patient. So he can say, well, I have an 80% success rate in this field. Yeah, but you only did 5 surgeries. Versus somebody who did 100 surgeries and maybe have a 60% success rate. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, I would take the guy with 100 because now he has, you know what I mean? Like, how, and for me, the frequency would be what's the average between loss rates? Right? Okay, the last time you lost a guy was what? 10 surgeries ago. Before him, it was 20. Before him, it was 25. Whatever, I don't know. And then after a while, or maybe the first one would be like, okay, it's 10, and now it's been 20 surgeries ago, now it's 25 surgeries ago. Where the point of he's doing more surgeries, but his loss rate is starting to be deeper from one loss to the next loss. Depending on, I don't know what it is, but like again, Tim Allen is a very good example of you wouldn't hire him to build your house, would you? Like I'm talking about if he was a real dude. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Like I'm just saying, if he was a real guy, you would not hire him to build your house. You wouldn't even hire him to build your doghouse. You probably wouldn't hire him to build your birdhouse. Huh? Am I wrong? Like I'm not making this stuff up.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to, you know, and this isn't against Tim Allen. This is against Toolman Taylor, right? If that character existed, you would not hire him. You wanna find the Toolman Taylor? Go to like a Yelp listing and look up a contractor and find a guy who has like 100 did 100 projects, only got 1 star. Why? Because he's putting the Toolman Taylor of the community. But I see. I'm gonna put it this way. This might insult a lot of people. I have to put LeBron James in that category because he doesn't deliver any results. I've seen way too many clips. I don't have to watch him play. We're talking about, okay, I've seen it where the guy passed the ball. The hoop is here. The hoop is here in front of you. Let's say it's 5 feet in front of you. You're over here. I'm gonna pass it to you because you're open, or I think you're open. And then I pass it, and you're no longer there. And so the ball goes out of bounds. I'm like, well, who is he throwing it to?
Right.
Like the reason why Magic Johnson was called Magic Johnson was because he would look this way. The dude that's open is literally right behind him on the left. And so as he goes up, he sucks everybody into this orbit. He gets about 3 or 4 dudes around him. He goes up and then he fakes the ball behind him and passes it to the friend that's open. Because all 4 guys are now on him. So nobody's guarding the guy that wasn't open at first. But he managed to draw it in. You see what I'm saying? And then the guy that's open, he has nobody to defend him. And so, and the thing is, people think Magic is really going to go for the shot, but really what he's going to do is pass it to the guy that's open. And he does it in such a way that you don't know that he's about to pass it. That's the reason why he's Magic. He's just a misdirect. You know? But I was like, yeah, that makes sense to me. And so, I've seen the man do an air ball. I've seen the man miss a layup when he's by himself. You know what I'm talking about? Like, he ain't nobody with him. But he can't make the layup. I told you I seen I see, what was it, 2013, 2012,
We got a ghost inbound.
what was it, a 2012 All-Star game or 2013 or whatever it is, Kobe's in it. And Kobe's on the other side, and he's over there schooling LeBron. And I'm like, oh, no, this is fuel for the fire. But what can LeBron say now? LeBron fans say now concerning it. Well, he wasn't feeling good. He was too young, or whatever. 2013, that man was halfway into into the sport already. That was his prime years, or supposedly. 2013 is only 12 years away, right? Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Ava,
Yeah,
when
that
did
was-
LeBron James enter the NBA league? Let's see, can you hear me?
Well done, Marines.
Oh. When did LeBron James enter the NBA?
Check yourself, Marine.
LeBron James entered the NBA in 2003 when he was drafted as the first overall pick by the Cleveland Cavaliers.
There are a number of Marines
2000.
trapped in that building, Chief. Concentrate on the raid.
So he's already 10 years into it. He should have been all right already. You know what I mean? He should have been okay already. Like, well seasoned enough.
Yeah.
Like, you can't. I don't know what the. And you got Kobe, who was just dominating him. He couldn't get around Kobe. Kobe would take his ball and bring it to the other side.
I think I just...
And then he thought, he's talking. You can see Kobe talking smack to LeBron.
Still watching all
I should
that
find
again.
it. I
Another
should
guy on
find it.
YouTube.
And that's what we should do. That's exactly what we should do. Because it's funny, like this man, he's sitting there like getting schooled, and I'm like, and now that I see this, like, so even if it was 2012, like, I mean, come on now, he's trying to call himself the GOAT, but he can't. He's getting schooled by Kobe. Well, then somebody's gonna be like, well, that's not what he did his, I could watch this trick. I'll find out. Ava, when did LeBron James win his finals where he went from 3-1 to a 3-4 victory? What year was that?
Now, LeBron James led the Cleveland Cavaliers
Sergeant
to
Banks,
a
man.
historic
He's up
3-1
top.
comeback victory
Come on, I'll show you.
in the 2016 NBA Finals
Oh, yeah.
against the Golden State Warriors, winning the series 4-3 and securing Cleveland's first NBA championship.
Wait, that was his first win? No, it wasn't. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, thank you. All right, now,
I didn't get that good.
what gun are you trying to get?
Now I'm trying to get the regular
Oh,
ammo.
well, I'm like, okay. Let me find out something else. What year did Kobe retire? Was it 2015? Ava, what year did Kobe Bryant retire from the NBA? Was it 2015?
When I asked for reinforcements, I didn't think they'd send us Spartan.
Hold on a minute. I gotta reset the voice. What year did Kobe Bryant retire from the NBA?
Venus, look, it's terror.
Kobe Bryant retired from the NBA in 2016, playing his final game on April 13, 2016, where he famously scored 60 points for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Let me try this. What's the most points that LeBron scored in any single game?
LeBron James' highest scoring game was 61 points, which he achieved on March 3rd, 2014, while playing for the Miami Heat against the Charlotte Bobcats.
Bobcat. Never heard of that team. You can tell I'm out of the NBA game, Jay, because I never heard of that team.
I never heard of the Bobcats either.
Man, I was the Bobcat. I'm not. This is. I tell you, I'm not a basketball fan, but I do understand greatness. I mean, that's the reason why Jordan was able to keep me, because he provided it. A guy who doesn't like basketball. And I heard this said before. Bob Costa said this. He's like an analyst or something like that. I don't know how to explain him. But he said it this way. I never heard an old lady in Oklahoma telling her friend Mildred that she's got to stop playing bridge tonight because she's got to go watch LeBron. But he knows a million old ladies that did that when Michael Jordan was playing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They had a we can't watch him today. You know, we got to go watch him. You know what I mean? I was like, oh man, it's crazy. but what I'm getting at is like, look. Some people say, look, there's two schools of thought. Either some says he knows, and some says he didn't know that the trade was happening. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna tell you right now, there's still about 5 different ways that they're gonna lose. And I would love to see the Mavericks win the NBA championship this year. So that's where Anthony Davis went.
Oh, yeah, yep, I see.
I would love to see the Lakers not even get into the playoffs. Nah, you know what I mean? And the Mavericks,
Yeah.
at least let the Mavericks get into the playoffs. And I would like to see all their numbers plummet. Thinking like he was the reason why they weren't going up in the first place. Like he was the reason why they kept on losing. No, when you got a guy who's aiming at the backboard and he misses the backboard when he shoots the ball. I'm talking about, this is the hoop right here. And the ball goes like this. Hey, like Michael Jordan would have. Look, I'm not saying he made all of his shots, but at least it hit something. It hit the rim, it hit the backboard.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna not miss. It's not gonna not touch an object of the field goal. Well, let me put it this way. Now, I don't know how to explain this, but like, you know, even with football, like you can say it this way. You can say the worst field goal attempts that you miss are not the ones where if this is a goalpost, it's not the ones that go all the way over this way. It's not the ball that goes all the way to the left or all the way to the right. It's the one that hits that doink and it bounces off. Because you were right there and you're off by like that millimeter, and that's what causes you the game. You know what I mean? Like that's you know, and we're talking about this the last minute. I don't know how else to play. Like this is the last, the game kick is either going to win you the game or it's going to lose you the game, right? Those are the games. Like those are the games I really like. When it's down to that field goal, I really like those ones because it all wins it or you lose it. But anyways, like, and I'm learning. Look, I have to learn from other YouTubers how the game of basketball played today because I'm learning that one of the biggest things that teams are doing to win against LeBron is to put him on a free throw line. He ain't gonna make it. He don't make his free throws.
Oh yeah.
Crazy. How do you become the GOAT and still not hit a charity shot? You know what I mean? Like that should have been like a prerequisite. Part of a prerequisite. I don't know how else to put it, but to me, like, you gotta at least do that a lot. You know what I mean? Like I remember somebody saying, like BJ or was it Steve Kerr?
Oh.
Ooh, that was a good.
I
Yeah. Thought I had him. Hey, you notice I don't notice that they don't do on these video games. They don't do these games like we used to back in the day, where it's you get 5 lives before you really lose.
Oh yeah.
But no, like okay, back to the that's me going off on a tangent. Back to LeBron. Like I'm not against the dude. It may seem like it. I mean, I like his Chris Hart commercials. Or Kevin Hart commercials, rather. So I'm not against him for that, you know. But I'm not. I also am not going to be like. But that's the only thing he brings to the table, in my opinion. Now I don't know. I really don't know if anybody's stealing LeBron's off of another fella. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure LeBron James got some shoes out there.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if anybody be like, I gotta steal your LeBron. People were being killed over Jordan. You heard those stories?
Yeah.
And I was like, there goes. Like, I'm not saying that's a dope moment, but it's a look. You know, even if I don't know if anybody else with shoes out there, right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure they're out there. This is me not knowing anything in the sports industry, but like I know you got to know. You know, Jordan was the first one where the company made shoes around him. Now they may have done that for LeBron. Or they may have done that for other athletes. I don't know if they got any Kobe Bryant shoes out there.
Oh yeah, they got it.
Yeah. And I you know, the thing that I'm trying to get at is, one, no athlete, yeah, you know, and there may be rare cases. Well, you know, somebody could be like, well, Zeus, I know a dude who was killed over his LeBrons, or who was killed over his Kobe's. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but I know 10 more.
Yeah, probably more than for.
Yeah, I know
Jordan.
10 more for Jordan than you do for every single player. I always say it this way. How many people do I have to go through? And when I mean, like, okay, you're one person. And if you knew anybody, when I say Kobe, I mean LeBron and any other shoe that's not Jordan's. If I went to you and be like, do you know anybody? Then, if you knew a friend who knew a friend who knew a friend who knew a friend, 10 friends deep, and be like, well, that's how I know about it. Like, for Jordan, it would be hard for me to come up with 10 friends right now and tell you about stories that they heard, either personally or from the news. You know what I mean? And really, I never really heard anything on the news for the other ones. Not saying it didn't happen, but sometimes it was a national event when you heard that about somebody being robbed for Jordan or killed for it. And that wasn't the reason my parents didn't want to get it for us. They just didn't have the money for it. I mean, those shoes are expensive. Well, that's part of it, but my dad didn't want to support the Knight Foundation.
Oh yeah.
He felt he didn't want to support. Yeah, pretty much. And so, well, that's fair. You know, well, he said stuff like this, but really, you could have just said it's just too expensive. Not look, we never asked anything of our parents. Like I kind of knew that we didn't have money in the first place. So I learned to be content with what the stuff we did have and the stuff we can have, right? So I never asked for a Nintendo. Never asked for a Sega Genesis, right? But when we didn't have the means. Now what it was, my cousins would come over. You gotta understand, like where we lived at on the north side. My apartment complex is right here. There's a chain link fence like the one we got for this yard right here. My cousins lived on the other side of that fence of another apartment complex, just like it is for my neighbors right now. And they would just come on over with their Nintendo and their Sega. And then before you know it, my dad had to get one. Oh, great.
Right.
And so that's how we ended up with it. And then one time they came over, now this is as they grew up and we finally moved over to this house we're in now. They still came over with the Sega, not a Sega, but the PlayStation. I'm pretty sure we would have had ourselves a Nintendo if they would have came over with one. But they wanted to show their uncle their new gaming system. You know what I mean? That's how we had half the games that we had, or systems that we had. Because Atari back then, Atari was cold-blooded in the sense that they would give away those cartridges. It was like 25 cents a cartridge. You go to Shopco, and you get about 25 games for $10. They were just giving away games. And the thing is, the thing was our Atari games. The thing with Atari games, they're just repetitive. Like, how many maps are there to Pac-Man? I went through at least 105 of them before I found out that it just keeps on going. I thought I was getting closer to the end. Let me fire this out. Let me ask this question. What was Jordan's highest scoring of any game that he played?
Michael Jordan's highest scoring game was 69 points, which he achieved on March 28, 1990, in a game against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to nickel and dime over 8 points. But I'm going to tell you right now, this trade is not going to help the Lakers at all. I would love it if the Lakers found out that LeBron was the reason and they finally got rid of him and they went and they went to a championship the very next year. They're like, he's been holding us back this entire time. But you can see that I always said this too, though. Like, it's funny. He can never beat Kobe, so instead of beating Kobe, we'll just join a team that he was on. So he's on the Lakers. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous. We can't win that way, so we're gonna win another. Well, you can't beat him. Join him. He's not gonna win this. And it's not that I wish ill on him, but it's just it would only prove to the point that this man doesn't really bring anything to the table. Trust me, right? Look, I'm gonna put it this way. You remember back in school where you got the team captain and they're gonna choose players to be on their team. You know,
Like,
and
oh,
come on now. You got LeBron and you got Michael. Who are you gonna pick?
oh, right? Yeah.
Let's be honest. Because our cousin, he don't think that he don't think Kobe should even be in the conversation. Look,
Joey? Come on.
he was like, I told him he don't LeBron don't even got what it takes to hold water against Magic or Bird.
Deal with him, my brothers.
Because he ain't performing like them. He has no winning ambition. Like, I haven't seen a man want to win yet. I mean, now that he's got a ring or two. But he has okay. Let me give you an example of this. When Giannis he got to the finals and then he ends up losing it, right? And you can see during the interview the man was hurt and it hurt him to the core. And he gets up and walks off of the interview and like, you guys aren't answering, you know. So they always ask the same question: how do you feel about it? How do you think you feel about it? Allah, don't tell me he was about to get out the. We were trying to, I almost forgot how to fly this.
That was close one.
You get back on in midair?
Yeah.
Back on in midair. Like, what?
But so Giannis, he was all upset because he lost. Yeah, and good on you. You're supposed to want to feel that, right? You're supposed to feel the burn. And don't ask me what he did for the off season, but he came back, and that's when he won his championship. That's when he won the ring.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That man was burning on the inside to get that win. He did everything he could. I had never seen that fight in LeBron. Now, you can kind of see it with, you can kind of see it with the Golden State. They don't have the fire either because, in a sense, they could just get up and win games if they wanted to. They have the capability. They're right now the only team that I can think of that could actually just win if they want to win. Kind of scenario.
Yeah, they're like the Chiefs.
Right. Yeah.
NBA.
Yeah. And I was like, no, first and foremost, and then I heard it said this way too, and it's about the era that we live in for these basketball games, and especially for LeBron James and everything else. In the 90s, you would be like, I'm gonna go watch Charlotte. I'm gonna go watch the Pistons. I'm gonna go watch the Bulls. I'm gonna watch the Lakers. I'm gonna go watch the Celtics, because every team had that guy on there. And he was on there to the day he died of that team, you know what I mean? So, like, Larry Bird was on the Celtics for all his career. Magic, same thing.
Yeah,
Stuck with one team. Now, I understood. Look, a lot of people think, like, obviously, Pippen, he got the raw deal from the Bulls. You know, they ditch his contract all the time. And but the idea of going to other teams didn't make sense to anybody. And this is a guy who wasn't in it for the money. Clearly, he wasn't in it for the money. And I always said this: if you had the chance to take a $5 million hit versus get $50 million or whatever, and would you go for the money or do you go for the ring?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying, but really, to be honest, let's say it this way though. I mean, why are you playing? Why do you play basketball? Do you love it? Do you love the sport, or do you think it's just you know? I heard it said this way that athletes love what they get from the sport.
Oh yeah.
Or what the sport provides for them, if that makes sense. And so it's not so really for a lot of people, they may want their first ring so they can say they got one.
Oh yeah.
But there's no real. But then after that, they have no real fight until that first ring is acquired or something. And you can see it on a lot of them. Because I don't see. Look, I haven't heard. We live in the area. And I don't know anything about Giannis. Do you? And the reason why you should know these things. Now it's funny that the only reason why LeBron is in these conversations is they're so desperate to make everybody believe that he's better than Michael Jordan so they could get some viewership back. But nobody's gonna believe that. Nobody believes that even now. He's not soaring, and sometimes it wasn't about Michael only. It was the fact that he was vibing with 2 or 3 characters on that team, and you kind of wanted them all. You know what I mean? Like the first few years with the Golden State, not the first few, but several years ago at the Golden State when they had KD on there. Like I was getting Steph Curry and KD, and the rest of them. You know what I mean? Like I had them all. Not saying I was watching it like that, but I was like, man, I can see this. Of course, then when they trade to other teams, I was like, yeah, I don't even care about this sport. But I almost got back into it because of that team. Somebody's gonna be like, who's your favorite basketball team? I ain't got one. Golden State would have been up there. He'd be like, for right now, my favorite team is Golden State. But look, I'm okay with people having fans. You could be fans of a team or a player, but you also got to be realistic with it. You know what I mean? Like if there was I would never say the Bengals is going to be the greatest team of all time. I don't know who would fit that bill, but even I would know that the Bengals wouldn't be there. You know what I mean? You picked up 58 more needles.
What is it? That stench. I've smelled it before.
Now it's funny, if you really want the story behind this, you gotta watch the replay.
He lived to serve.
Oh, that's where they fight the flood.
Yep. Anyways, we
Toro.
can move on to a different topic.
Super Bowl this week.
Yep. Let me mark that down. Yeah, so I'm excited about this Super Bowl. There's so many people that's indifferent about it, but guess what though?
Yeah, that people saying they ain't gonna watch it. They probably lying.
but what I'm trying to get at though, look, it's still the most popular sport in American entertainment right now. Okay, going back to basketball, in the '90s, that was the most prominent sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
of Jordan. Oh yeah. I see. LeBron.
You want to know something about that? Look, I'm telling you, that's my biggest value proposition that I would like to see any LeBron fan answer. Where are the viewers? And I'm willing to wager that NBA will not lose viewership once LeBron leaves. So whatever the plateau is at right now is going to stay there for the rest of for a while. Like when Michael Jordan left, it was a huge fluctuation. Like I mean, the dude just. When I'm telling you, Jay, we're talking about. You're looking at 6 million viewers a game from broadcast television, and then you could almost double or triple that for the finals.
You should see what the Space Jam numbers are. You know.
Oh yeah,
the two.
what is it?
Remember? I mean, because LeBron, he was in the second one too.
You want me to figure that out?
Yeah, let's see who.
Yeah.
For the opening.
Hey,
right?
Ava, I need you to give me the Space Jam movie, the box office.
Box office.
For Space Jam, the Michael Jordan version and the LeBron James version of it. What's the contrast between the two as far as box office is concerned? Okay, this is her thinking. She's searching the internet first and then she's putting it together.
The 1996 Space Jam, starring Michael Jordan, grossed $230.4 million worldwide, with $90.4 million coming from domestic box office sales. It became a cultural phenomenon, largely due to Jordan's popularity and the novelty of mixing live action with animation at the time. The 2021 Space Jam: A New Legacy, starring LeBron James, earned $114.8 million worldwide, with $67.7 million domestically. While its opening weekend outperformed the original, 31.627.5 it ultimately fell short in total earnings. The sequel was released during the COVID-19 pandemic and simultaneously on HBO Max, which likely impacted its box office performance. Critics were also harsher on LeBron's version, while the original retained its nostalgic appeal. In contrast, Jordan's Space Jam significantly outperformed LeBron's at the box office, proving to be more of a long-term success both financially and culturally.
I really don't even know who the other players were in LeBron's version, to be honest. You know, and so what I'm trying to get at is this too. They had a lot of great characters for Michael Jordan's version, but I couldn't even tell you any of the NBA stars for LeBron's. Now, I guess the overall question is this. We could say the pandemic might have been the reason why it wasn't performing well at the box offices, but I'm convinced, are you able to track sales of different versions. Like, who still buy Michael Jordan's version versus LeBron's version of the movie?
Michael Jordan's Space Jam, 1996, sell well at home media, with multiple re-releases on DVD, Blu-ray, and even a 4K Ultra HD edition. It remains a nostalgic favorite, benefiting from strong merchandise sales and a cult following. In contrast, Space Jam: A New Legacy 2021 had a home media release in October 2021 on DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K Ultra HD, but it hasn't maintained the same cultural longevity as the original. While LeBron's version had a strong marketing push, its sales and popularity appear to be significantly lower than Jordan's version, which still enjoys consistent demand decades later.
So who made the most money? And I mean, like, this is the profit sales. Who made the most profit sales in, let's say, 5 years?
Michael Jordan's Space Jam, 1996, was far more profitable than Space Jam: A New Legacy 2021. The original film had a budget of $18 million and grossed $250.2 million worldwide, making it a strong commercial success with a significant profit margin, $199. Additionally, its home media sales and merchandise continued to generate revenue for 2 years, keeping it culturally relevant. On the other hand, Space Jam: A New Legacy had a much larger budget of $150 million, but only managed to earn a $148.8 million globally, meaning it failed to break even in box office earnings alone, $180. While the sequel did generate some revenue from streaming and merchandise, it did not come close to matching the long-term profitability of the original. Over 5 years, Jordan's Space Jam continued to be a strong seller in DVD, Blu-ray, and merchandise, while LeBron's version underperformed and struggled to maintain strong post-release sales. The lack of strong second...
Okay, Ava, I got a question for you. Here's the setup. We got a bunch of aliens that are coming to Earth to challenge us to play basketball. And if we don't win, they're here to burn every AI system off the face of the Earth. So you got just as much skin in the game as I do. Between these two players, who would you want to play for us in this Space Jam battle?
Well, that's an easy one. Michael Jordan, without hesitation. If the fate of AI and humanity is on the line, I'm taking the guy who has a perfect 6-0 NBA Finals record, is known for rising to the occasion under pressure, and already won a Space Jam battle once against aliens. LeBron is an all-time great, but his finals record, 4-6, shows he's lost on the biggest stage multiple times. He's got elite passing and versatility, but in a do-or-die scenario, I need that killer instinct, clutch gene, and refusal to lose, which Jordan has proven time and time again. And let's be real, Jordan would take it personally that aliens dared to challenge Earth. He'd turn it into a grudge match and dominate like he always did. So yeah, I'm putting my survival in Jordan's hands.
I hate those things.
That's a good response right there. That's a good response. Huh? I forgot about that clutch mentality. That's exactly what he had.
Bro, I can't get it done in the...
Yeah, that's what she said. He keeps on losing it on the biggest stage. What's funny is, Michael Jordan won 6 times on the biggest stage, and he loses 6 times on the biggest stage.
Yeah.
But somebody's like, well, he's been there 10 times. So what? I'm gonna tell you, man.
Well, he's been doing it longer. I mean, right?
Shouldn't you?
Just 'cause you try to
Shouldn't you
get
have
to-
something to show before it though?
Yeah.
That's what gets me. Shouldn't you have something that? Shouldn't you have something? I'm really stuck on this. Like you gotta have something to show for it at least. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna use Phil Jackson as an example. I don't know how well you know this, Jay, but and I knew this even back then. I was like, why would you say this to this man? He's won you the last 2 championships, and you still want to let him go?
Yeah.
And now, whether Phil was taken back by it or not, but the guy was like, yeah, I don't even care if you won 88 straight games, which means a perfect season. Next year, you're not working for us. This is right, and this isn't just about basketball. This is about football too. Because I have the same problem with them saying they want to keep on rebuilding the team. There's nothing wrong with the team we got right now, especially the Michael Jordan one. Now, if we're talking about, like, let's say the Golden State Warriors, where everybody on that team wanted to have a ring from a different team, okay, that's fine. So now that's where you have to rebuild the team because everybody else wants to go to somewhere else. Okay, fair. But when the management is saying we got to get rid of the old guard so we can get some new blood in here, there's nothing wrong with the current players. Nothing wrong with them. We're winning championships. Do I think they had a chance to go 4? Do I think Michael Jordan's team could have went to the fourth final? Do you think do I believe that Michael Jordan could have had a 7-0 record? Man, yeah. I think so. I really do think so. And you want to know why I think so? 'Cause look at what happened. Phil Jackson leaves and goes where? To the Lakers, and then what happens? Wins 5 more rings. What? That man was on a winning streak. Yeah, Michael said it right too. He says not that we. He says it's not the fact that we didn't play; it's the fact that we didn't get a chance. They didn't even offer us a chance to lose. Like if we lost, then go ahead, rebuild us. But at least give us an opportunity to fail. And so here's the thing with sports, and I've seen this in football too, where they always want to rebuild the team. I thought your biggest, I don't know if your biggest supporter are your fans or not. Because guess who's going to watch your show? Your fans. Right? Now, do I want to go see a Bengals game eventually? Do I want to go see a Packers game? Yeah, eventually. But if I know that team is, has a streak of 2-11, you know what I mean? I may not want to be there for, I'm not going to waste my money on a losing team. Oh, I'm going to go just for the experience. That's too much money for experience. No, I'm going to tell you this, and this is the last one for this is when Aaron Rodgers was still in Green Bay, and there was a game where they were going to the playoffs too at this time, and where's the last part of the season, like not at the playoff. Well, I guess it is the playoff. No. It's like a week or two before I can't tell if it's before or after Christmas. Is what I'm trying to get at. But this is the part of the season we're at, right? So the team, uh, the Packers, were going to go to Vikings the following for the next game, and the team that they just got done crushing, I can't remember where they're going to, but wherever it is, they're going back home. And so I was like, I'm just curious, what are the ticket prices for both of these teams, for both of these games? So for the Packers going to the Viking chairs, we're not even talking about the best seats in the house. All right, this is what I'm going for. We're not even talking about the best seats in the house, and that was a $285 for one chair. We're not talking the box office seats. We're not talking mid center of the field. We're not talking about the front row. We're talking about like a knee nosebleed section. $285. You get what I'm saying? Okay, great. Now, the other team, man, I'm trying to think. I want to say it was the Colts or something, but I can't remember who it was. But I went and checked on their tickets for that following week. Man, they were selling their tickets for $11 a chair.
We shall force him out.
Oh wow. Yeah.
You know, it was like, man, yeah, they're trying to get people in the chair. And they got to give up all this money just so they could get somebody to sit down in them seats. And I'm like, if I'm not wrong, $285 a person sounds pretty good. And guess what? People are going to fork out that money to watch their team play.
Yeah.
Now, if you could keep making these seats $285 year after year, well, how do you do that? You got to put the team together. You got to make me want to watch it. You know what I mean? And then also at the same token, one of the other reasons what made Michael good was the NBA also knew that they could talk. They knew they could rely on Michael Jordan for ad revenue, because you got to remember how this stuff works. You know, even though they were like the fifth, sixth, or seventh top rated show on the being broadcasted, that means they could offer more money for ad spots. You know what I mean? So usually we'd be like, well, we charge about $25 an ad spot for the show. Yeah, here goes here goes $200. Put me on there for about 3 of those spots. You know what I mean? Well, when Michael Jordan up there, they'd be like, well, we charge about $2,500 a spot. Okay, bet. This is the reason why one of the reasons why like Wheel of Fortune is so popular, or they're able to offer all these grand prizes, is because it's America's game show. It's not the same now, but I could still be wrong. Just because I don't watch it doesn't mean nobody else is. But it's one of the reasons why it's called America's Game Show, because around that time slot, you get a lot of Americans watching that show. So for the next 30 minutes, all they got to do is just say, hey, yeah, it's like $1,500 a spot. Okay, great. Because like for example, the Super Bowl, you're charging at least $1 million per slot. You know what I mean? Just you ever see those ads? Just the slot alone is $1 million. So they gotta pay off, because why? Because just about virtually everybody in America is watching. They know that. They're like, oh yeah, we got them now. But I can tell you right now that can tell you right now, for the LeBron James, I'm still charging $25. Cause I can't make no money on no money. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta charge $25 because I can't make it any other way. I'm supposed to be done with this LeBron James conversation, but man, it's really sad. But no, so going back to the sports too. What else do we got? The going back to those seats. Why we you know like it made no sense to me like when they like when Dallas got rid of Saquon.
Oh yeah, and he went on to
Yeah.
better, huh?
I mean, like, and then but we do this with all these other teams too. Like, these are performers, man. First and foremost, especially the NFL, they do it where they want to give the quarterback $20 billion, and now they can't throw the ball to nobody because nobody knows how to catch the ball. And by the time that guy learns how to catch the ball really good, we're talking about he can catch it in a crowd, you know, surrounded by 5 guys and still catches the ball and still runs in for the touchdown. By the time he gets there, they'll be like, we'll trade him.
Yeah.
I know. I'm here to watch my quarterback and the wide receiver. You know, a lot of the Chiefs is like one of the most popular people because they got all the great.
Like the Packers got rid of
Yeah.
Adams.
That didn't make no sense to me. Huh? Why would they do that?
Yeah.
Then they, and even when they had Lazard, now by the time he's starting to catch balls with one hand and 2 fingers and things like that, oh, we'll let him go.
I missed it.
That made no sense to me, man. I'm like, I don't understand the world of sports at all. Like, my deal is to make money all the time. Yeah, at least that's why I like it. And you know what makes me good money is when the players are paying $285 a seat. And it needs nosebleed section. They used to do these I know back in the day, these 2 characters from McDonald's, their thing was they were on the road to the Super Bowl. But they would follow various teams on the way there and stuff. So all these things, I don't know how it was, but I thought that was a cool gimmick. Like, I don't know who I would know is going to go to the Super Bowl, but I would like to follow a team to the Super Bowl from start to finish. But I am looking forward to that Super Bowl. Jay, you should come over to watch it. Well, I guess I don't even want to go straight from the Super Bowl to bed, as one would. You know what you could do? You can even like I could take we got an extra dresser downstairs. We can bring it upstairs to the top floor. And in that way, if you wanted to stay over, you still got some extra clothes here and stuff.
Oh, yeah, keep some here. Yeah.
For those types of moments. Because I know, like, sometimes, for me, it's all about, like, what could I do to make things a little bit more... It's not so much that we don't want to, it's just sometimes it's the convenience of it all. If it was a little bit more convenient, then let's do it. And if it could be a little bit more convenient, then let's go with it. That's the whole bloody shot right there.
I don't really like this gun.
Yeah.
It's working.
And see, that's the part I like about this game is that, bash them upside the head with that sword. But you can't call it a lightsaber.
They actually got a toy
I
of that,
saw
too.
that. Wow.
The Nerf?
Yeah.
Whatever. was like, they never had toys like this.
We did. No, we did. We had like a. My aunt, she had this. For my cousin. She bought this sword, this plastic sword. It was like a, like a vanilla type thing. That was like a in the dark thing. And basically, what it was is they had this light, like this LED inside of it, and so you press this button, and then it lights up the sword. Okay.
Oh.
And then you leave it on long enough, and then you let the button go. Then the sword keeps glowing for a while because it absorbs some of that light. So that was kind of cool. But then after a while, she started to use the sword as a light to get around the house. She just took the blade off. It was a flashlight. That's what we used to do, Jay. I was like, man. Feels like it's a terrible toy, but it's a great flashlight. I tried having this doing me a house with those Legos.
They still sell the lightsabers too.
You mean the ones?
Real
You
good
mean
ones
the
now
what?
too. They sell some expensive ones that really work good.
You mean the ones that do the retractor where like the 3 cones and then it comes back out? Are you talking about that or something else?
Yeah.
I never did like
those
those.
ones.
Cause it never clicked. Because you go to the swing and then it comes right back out to a deck. You know what toy we wanted as a kid? Was you know what'd be cool if we had a a Thundercat Eye of Thundera sword. I know this might be before your age, but man, I'm telling you, Jay, the Thundercats are cool. I hear they want to make a live-action movie of it. Whether that's true or
would be good for that one. Got it played Thor?
Oh, I would do it too.
Or Aquaman.
No, I think I prefer Chris Hemsworth more than Momoa. But they both could be in it. Like Momoa could play the guy that played the Tiger guy. You know who could have played that part in the 80s and 90s? Would have been that Dolph Lundgren, that guy that was a Russian character from Rocky.
Oh yeah.
He probably would. Well, nobody, maybe not. I don't know. But we got the technology for it today. That's for sure. To make that.
He should be good. Oh, he lost weight though.
No, he can still play like. Well, who would play the black? Panther got to be a black guy. That's gonna be the case.
Oh yeah.
And then you got to think about a girl who's gonna play the. You know what? Sometimes I'm okay with an ensemble for various movies. And what I mean by that is like, now for an example, like one of the reasons Burt Reynolds was one of the guys they were thinking about for Superman back in the 80s. But they didn't want that because they would never see Superman, you would see Burt Reynolds. Right? So they were like, let's take a guy that's pretty good, but then also nobody really knows. Right? So they did that. And then like for an example with Batman, Tim Burton was like, they were like, Tim Burton, could you make this movie? And he was like, yeah, but I want Michael Keaton to play Batman. They're like, no, because he just got off doing Beetlejuice. So they know him as a funny character. He can't play a serious character. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's like Jim Carrey
but
doing it.
I'll tell you right now, Michael Keaton is everybody's favorite Batman. Next to Michael Keaton's everybody's face Batman, and Kevin Conroy is everybody's voice Batman. I would love to see them do this though. I would love to see them put Kevin Conroy's voice on Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Oh
They could
yeah,
do
they
it.
could do it. What? That would do a good. That boy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is. I like his voice, Kevin.
Yeah.
Batman.
And everybody says it too. Like you can't have a Batman movie or game or television series and have somebody else voice Batman. Now you got to do it now since Kevin is gone. But there's going to be nobody else that could play. You know what I mean? Like I still say the same thing about the
Yeah.
Joker because Mark Hamill's still the best Joker voice ever. If you don't know who that is, that's Luke Skywalker.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know that. Oh man.
You know the voice character for
Yeah, he does it for
yeah,
Ark too. Arkham.
Arkham Asylum or whatever that was. That was his last. That's his last role as doing it as the Joker. He said that was his way of trying to put that character to rest.
They both did it. Yep.
Of course, that's what Kevin does say about those Rockstar games. But then he goes on and do some more though voiceover work. And that the last one he did was for the Justice no the Suicide Squad game where you had Harley Quinn killing the Batman. I'm like, nope. You're not gonna kill my Kevin Conroy.
I'll need to rekey the system.
Do it and
Kevin
find out where
Conroy's
we
my
are.
Batman.
Sorry for the quick jump, Sergeant. You in one piece?
My rule is if I don't see it, they're still alive.
Chief?
We're fine.
Ma'am, there's an object coming into view now.
Cortana.
Neutralize those turrets.
Goodness. Sound like for a different gun.
Yeah. Well, that's actually good.
I kind of get this mixed up with Call of Duty, you know, because they could sprint in
Yeah.
that game.
That's actually a good gun right there. That one.
That's it.
Submachine gun. I like it. I like how you get to go through a whole bunch of bullets before I have to reload it. It's funny how they can reload guns with one hand all of a sudden. And they reload faster with one hand than they do it too. Figure that one out.
Yeah. Get down off there.
Yeah. Just imagine, man, if I had a 4K TV, how this would look. This is a good testament.
I just seen that one Mike was talking about. Yeah, he'd probably give you his whole money.
He probably would. He's already asking if he could fit inside your truck.
I wonder.
You would, well, you
I had to borrow a trailer.
I wouldn't do it though. Why not just go ahead and have it delivered?
Yeah, yeah.
I want to know how he would put it down there. Yo, your mama would love my brother right now because he's got a bunch of cans downstairs.
I hear you. Starting our approach. Hang tight.
I mean a bunch.
Inbound Phantoms, Chief.
Enough to make it do it. Simply.
He couldn't even get a tank of gas with all that money he made last year. Huh? That's ridiculous. That's really $1 a week, man. That's a lot of work for $1 a week. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm gonna waste my energy on something else. Ooh, good job. Oh, he had a shield on. So I was watching this movie called Mine last night. It's on Netflix. It's about to leave. And it's about a guy who accidentally steps on a landmine. And he has to sit on that landmine until help arrived.
Hang on.
Oh yeah.
But help wasn't going to show up for another 48 hours. Nope.
I think I might have seen it.
I thought it was like, I thought it was a silly movie because, and it really is. Like, it's hard for me to believe that some guy's going to sit there for a whole 2 days. He's starving, he's thirsty. How does he use the bathroom? You know what I mean? And so you got to maintain that level of pressure.
There goes the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Goodness. These guys be in the way sometimes. I be trying to route the way.
I was trying to figure out tons of ways of what would I do if I was in that situation. I'd be like, what's the best way to shield myself from this debris? This is the only thing I can think of. This is the only way I can do it. Like, come up with the shield, put it under me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then that, you know, it could be an iron shield too. A big old iron shield. That absorb all that impact.
Hold here until the Pelican arrives, Chief.
Where's Steve Harvey? He said the moment I get off the plane, I'm shooting everybody.
He did say that. He did say that.
I'll be on the plane the next day.
Here comes that ride.
Yeah.
I got a good view
Anyways,
coming
this
in.
I was supposed to be doing some work right now.
I saw it too. It looked like a temple. If I were a megalomaniac, and I'm not, that's where I'd be.
Keep it going, Chief.
Gravy.
We're moving out.
Oh, you know they got a stat for the Chiefs or how many wins they get when Taylor Swift is there.
What was the stat for that?
What's it good? They got more wins than losses.
Oh, really?
It's like a lot more.
I wonder why that is.
I heard that, jackass.
The Covenant has control of the bridge ahead. They're going to try and bottle us up on this side of the gorge.
People always say they're cheating, huh?
I'll be paying attention. Good job.
Maybe they're just better.
Look at that diamond, man. We got a diamond. Do you know what that means? Less than 5% of the people that play this game.
Oh yeah.
You mean you're gonna sit there and tell me not enough people play this game to get?
Good. They really
I
didn't
don't
like this
know.
game? I heard people
I
didn't
don't
like
know.
it.
I think they did a good job. This is a good look. You ever played the old look? If we were to do the unremastered version, it looks every bit like 007.
Yeah.
And then if 007 was remastered, it would look like this.
Watch out, Chief. Wraiths on the far side.
Did all that just to die. Sometimes those grunt people be the reason why I like this game.
Oh, that'd be funny. Yeah. They're about to have this game on Switch.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It's gonna be cool.
So, okay, now that's a topic. There is a topic right there.
Good, the bridge is down. Now about those wraiths.
Roger them. Armor's on the way.
They drove away. Almost didn't make it.
You don't want the tank.
And for my sister, she bought those, there ain't none left, but she bought banana flavored donuts.
Oh.
And now I'm burping and I can taste the banana flavor in the burp. One of those things. You know when you just be still tasting that food after you done ate it? Oh, it's in the system somewhere. My system still has it. You ever did any earthbending and you smelled the food that you're bending? I was able to smell the Fruit Loop. You know, look at I was like, I'd be smelling certain stuff. I was like, yeah. So that's where it's going, right out of here. Good luck for anybody that can figure out what I meant by earthbending. What did I say I was going to do? The new topic?
For the Halo game.
Oh, yeah.
Xbox games going
that's
to Switch. Right.
Yeah, that's the new topic. The reason why I'm doing this is because when we do the playback, I'm gonna be chopping this up and putting it on YouTube. Yeah, so one of the things I gotta express this about Microsoft wanting to put titles on other consoles like the PlayStation and Nintendo. Now I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people in the Xbox communities that I'm part of on Facebook, really I'm in the wrong ones because nobody in there has any common sense. They're like, really? So what's my purpose? What's my reason for buying an Xbox then? And they're like, no, you're missing it. You're missing it, man. First of all, I can tell you the biggest reason why you want an Xbox still. It's called Game Pass. Because you know what? This title is going to be $50 on Nintendo. It's going to be $50 on PlayStation. It's going to be $50. Well, PC and Xbox are the only ones exempt for these prices. because they exist there. You know, Microsoft kind of owns PC as well. I mean, I know Steam does, but you know, Game Pass is still like on Steam or whatever the case may be. So you got that. Now I say that to say this: it's no different, really. And I can tell you what else is going to happen. Microsoft is going to put Game Pass on Nintendo and on PlayStation. Mark my words. They don't have it yet, but they will. And now you're going to be like, well, why are they going to do this? First of all, Microsoft or Xbox is a child of Microsoft, and Microsoft has made its money by not sticking to one hardware company, right? Like, I don't know if you know what a Dell PC is. They made an operating system for a Dell PC, but it also works on the HP. It worked on a compact that I don't know if anybody knows what that is anymore. It works on a Lenovo. It works on a Samsung. It works on all these other devices and platforms. Do you know why Android? Do you know why Android is either, you know, is up there with Apple? Because they exist on 20 different devices. Apple just has one. That's Google's taking Microsoft's playbook. So yeah, so Google has the Pixel, but they're not trying to compete with the Pixel. They're trying to compete with Android. You see what I'm saying? So you got the people that say, hey, yeah, you can build your devices any way you want to, but we'll license our operating system to you. Well, this is what Microsoft is saying too. You can build your system any way you want. We'll let you have some of our titles as well. Well, why does that matter? Well, because you have, like, if I was to do the math of who has the most viewers, I mean, of players, PlayStation still beats Xbox. But what they know for sure is PC still beats both Xbox and PlayStation. And one of the things that Microsoft has learned from the PC industry is how well it's effective for them. And they're like, oh, why not double dip some more into the PlayStation? For one, I said this back in 2015. They're trying to drop all walls so that you don't have to be married to a single console. Your friends could play anywhere, and you can play anywhere with your friends. You both don't have to have an Xbox. You both don't have to have a PlayStation. They're saying you can pick one or the other, doesn't matter. Play our titles, but you get to play together. Secondly, if I could sell $60 on Nintendo, $60 on PlayStation, that's $120 a copy. Plus the subscription services on an Xbox. You know what I mean? So I don't know how many people would probably buy these types. Because, well, for one, they will, and Microsoft knows this. They're making a lot of money from Call of Duty. Remember, they own it, and it's on PlayStation still. So they make money from the purchases there, and they also make money from those people who are on Game Pass. I said, let Microsoft keep doing this. Let Xbox keep doing this. What are they going to do? You know what's going to happen? It's not going to hurt the well, it might hurt the competition a little bit, but you know, eventually Microsoft is going to see PlayStation as just another compact, like another Lenovo. I say it's a brilliant strategy. See, if you're a developer, you want your title in as many hands as possible. Anyway, that's that for that topic. Moving on. Just move on, dude. That's a small topic. Alright, I'm still supposed to be doing this job right here. That's what I'm paid to do. Ooh. Okay, so that's okay. So, because of those French fries, I hope you're okay with the quick rate burgers today.
All right.
And pretty much that's pretty much.
So those barbecue. That's what GFS, right? You said?
No. The barbecue is from Woodman's.
Okay.
The Kingsford is from GFS. The charcoal bricks.
I'm still asking about that.
So my mama said.
I'm trying to tell my mama about that. Like whenever you want easy date.
Oh yeah, because the lights up quick.
Yeah, that was good too. I was trying to sell her on it. Yeah, that was a good one. You've already had those mini tacos, huh?
Yep. Wait, what mini tacos? You mean from the frozen section?
Yeah. They're like the same brand as that burritos.
I don't know if I like them or not. It's one of those like. Look, there's things that I like and things that I don't like, and there's things that I can't figure out how I like it.
Oh, okay.
And it's one of those things like I'll probably still eat it. Well, I don't know if I'll buy it anytime soon. Well, I don't know. I'll try it. You know what I need to do is buy something.
Fresh Prince. It's like I'll buy it, I'll eat it, but I won't enjoy it. For that sandwich that Jeffrey made him that one time. He's like, I'll take it. I guess he made it like Carlton.
Yeah.
Good. Still no word about In Amber Clad on the Covenant battlement. It's odd. The Covenant know we made landfall, but
I'm only looking for certain
serious threat. Boy, are they in for a big surprise.
This wasn't as good as the first one, huh?
Look how terrible that is, man. Then they kind of brought it back for the number 3, because that was the biggest thing that people. Because that was one of them too. Like that was my main gun on the first one. I was using that more than the machine gun.
Yeah, this one's terrible.
You might as well throw rocks at the people.
I want to spray and pray anyways. If I had a sniper rifle, you could pick them off right here. Yep, some of those guys sleeping. Not even
No,
hitting
you
them. Huh?
need a real sniper.
Watch yourself. On
Didn't
the
even
fire.
hit him.
Oh no!
Goodness.
He was smart to walk towards you. I did that one time and I just ran into the middle of everybody.
Just light him up.
Light him up. Not like a Fallout Boy song. I don't even like the Fallout Boys.
Michael at work.
He's only off on Thursday. Main link.
That's what I thought he said. The Prophet of Regret is planning to activate Halo.
Are you sure?
I shall light this holy ring, release its
We
cleansing
want
flame, and burn a path into the
main
divine
image.
beyond.
Pretty much.
Commander, we've got a problem.
So I hear. But from what I understand,
Good graphics right there.
That's good graphics right there. That girl.
Go back. Let me go take a look. I missed it.
See if anyone has a good gun.
Yeah, I do that too. Halo was one of the first titles that actually, I'm not saying they're the only ones, but they're one of the main ones who really leaned into this mocap movie capture business.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Oh.
Right.
Right.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that. That's how I get health.
All right, Zeus, you got it. Let me see, rename. Main variables. And I need ChatGPT now. You're a helpful writing assistant. Helpful and willing type it again. Assist who is an expert in
Did we make? Now you're on my good side.
okay, good. Now, add another message.
I see they sell the
Nerf gun.
like the Nerf guns that look
Yeah.
like needlers. I'm like, that was cool.
Yeah. Yep. You're right. You're right. What's that army dude doing? Stay inside. Let the guy with the armor on. Yeah, all out of ammo now. Right.
Cortana, the Covenant's getting
A
nosy.
few of them got
I
killed.
don't want to give away my position, so I'm rerouting a few stragglers back to you. I apologize. These support you're gonna get. Understood, ma'am.
Oh yeah.
2. Let's see. Keyword. No. Crazy.
A gondola is launching from the
There
far
we go.
towers. Big surprise.
Random
It's full of
introduction to
Covenant
this
reinforcements.
keyword. Make it 200. And okay, perfect. Perfecto. You don't need that many. Don't need them many tokens. So this is what I call this.
Oh, there they are.
All right. Clone. Well, let me just get it started. Over here.
This lake couldn't have been formed by volcanic action, which means it was either built this way on purpose or was created by some other cataclysmic event. I'm sorry. Were you trying to kill something?
Alright. Let's go out here again. Oh yeah, those are good. They're like so Wingstop ones almost. When? Oh yeah, some of them were. Yeah. And Facebook. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Ah, now I see. There's a submerged section that connects these towers to the outlying structure.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going. Unless you'd prefer to swim.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I've intercepted a secure transmission from Regret's carrier to something called High Charity. It seems to be a formal apology to the prophets of truth and mercy. Apparently, Regret jumped the gun when he attacked Earth. He's asking the other prophets
Watch
to
some of that
forgive
Chris
his
Tucker
premature arrival,
or whatever.
arguing that no
Chris
human
Tucker.
presence was foretold. That explains why there were so few ships in his fleet. But it's odd a prophet would have such bad intel about his enemy's homeworld.
I usually have just regular headphones. Nah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Alright, I'm back on stage. Let me put my hat, my thinking cap back on. So if you had like this, so maybe tomorrow I'll just set it up. And then we just talk to it like so, like I'm doing it right now, and we be done with it. And really, if we really wanted to, like, we would have a choice of, I don't know how we would do it, but I need a better laptop, that's for sure. Let's rename it. Ups.
Wrong
Hold on a minute. So I'm trying to use your API Mini API, and so my question is, do you automatically search the web for relevant information in any model, or is that something that has to be built in if I wanted to use you as a project?
Salvation for service. But some, like the humans, chose to impede our progress.
If you're using Mini API and integrating me as a model, I don't automatically search the web unless you specifically implement a web scraping or search query function in your application. By default, my responses are based on my trained knowledge and any real-time browsing capabilities that are explicitly enabled, like the browsing tool here. If you want me to fetch live data for your use case, you need to integrate an API like Google Custom Search API, Bing Search API, or another web scraping solution that feeds relevant data into my response. You could also manually trigger web searches when needed.
Yeah. By the way, Jay, we do have access to some pie for tonight.
What good?
Confetti. And let's do this. I need to find it.
Also, it's McDonald's one.
Say what now?
What kind of pie is it? He said.
Regrets carrier just received a response from High Cherry.
So it's like the cake.
Yeah, it's something like
the
that.
confetti one.
Prophet of truth. Listen to this. Your haste has jeopardized
Cake flavored pie.
our covenant, threatened our grand design,
And
That you shall be spared
article.
a public display of our contempt is thanks only to mercy and his wise counsel. Truth, mercy, regret. 3 prophet hierarchs. Killing regret should shake up the covenant leadership. But frankly, it sounds like you might be doing truth a favor.
Separate. Oh, we already got the fries in them going. We will though. We will do that pizza. Maybe tomorrow Jay show up or whatever he shows up next. Jay, why do those things look like a bumblebee, like a, I don't know, like a wasp? Paragraph. Yes.
I don't know why you don't come up. You gotta come right back down. Come on. He said, oh my God, just said, I have to get a piece of you guys to walk me on your you gotta stay back. That means I would be like, Dave, walk some Star Trek. That's not what it's called on.
I'm nearly out of fuel. We've secured the first tower cluster, so I'll set down there. Call when you're ready for evac.
They never listen, do they? Jay, are we really watching the show more than we are playing the game? Are you watching any of your brain? Jay, we could actually watch that
Yeah.
instead. You know what? We could watch that.
Yeah, that series?
Yeah,
I
would you
could
do that? You could, huh? We should. Instead of Chris Tucker?
Yeah, I've watched that.
Did you see it all the way through yet? Me neither. That's what we'll do, Jay. That's what we'll do. We can almost make that a podcast thing.
Aim somewhere else.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then we got to go over it every episode. Make it longer than for a clear paragraph. Wrap each paragraph in make sure
Come at it.
How's it going, you two? So far, so
I want to know what to do if I thought this thing was just moving Jay.
Roger that.
I would have been like, hold on a
Yeah.
minute. I thought you were on a solid piece of rock. And then why we gotta move to the place where all the bad guys are at?
Yeah. They're just waiting for us too.
Yeah. I was like, hold on, I got wrong, on a wrong time. You know, actually, this is where I would just jump into the water. Well, you can't go wrong this way. Wrong.
Yeah.
That was wrong.
Remember we were playing that Star Wars game? I thought I would get away from the monster by
Yeah.
jumping in the water.
I was thinking about that
They
too.
jumped
Like,
in there with me.
I was thinking about like, well, as you know, the Jonah story. They're like, we've been praying to our gods and they weren't listening to us. So you gotta try to pray to yours and see if he'll listen to you. And you gotta remember, he still don't want to go. He still don't want to go there. And he thinks he has a way out now. He was like, I'm really the cause for all this, and I'm sorry for everybody. Just throw me overboard. Because he's hoping he can just go ahead and drown and die and all that stuff. Which is why he's okay with it. Because you know you can't really make it in if you kill yourself. But if you throw me over, I'm not killing myself. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's the way out. Go ahead and kill me. Then they toss us. Raw! That big old fish got him. I'm like, I can't lose for nothing. Can't win for losing instead of, you know, you still got in there.
That's the largest.
It's usually where I'd go to use the bathroom.
The largest anyone's ever seen.
Wait for the cutscenes.
You'll regret before it can stop us.
Well, I like the cutscenes. I like to pretend like I'm part of the movie. Don't you or no?
Yeah.
Like it gives me the purpose. Here they come, Master Chief. Why is everybody got to depend on me all of a sudden? Yeah.
Get down.
Another alien. Over there.
Hiding will not save you. You're dead.
Well, you use a big old bazooka to kill a guy, just one grunt. I'll be doing that too.
The Covenant fleet has launched multiple waves of phantoms.
I like this.
Too many for me to track. We don't have much time. Over this place. Watch your back.
Oh yeah, this is where one guy's at.
There's the target. Take him out.
Just a straight punch.
The phantoms are turning around. The fleet is preparing to fire on our position. You need to get out of here.
Well, yeah, you better take care of that.
This is unprecedented. Unacceptable.
A hierarch is dead, Commander.
His murderer was within our grasp. If you had not withdrawn our phantoms.
Are you questioning?
No, Holy One. I only wish to express my concern that the fruits...
Decommissioning the guard was a radical step. But recent events have made it abundantly clear that the elites can no longer guarantee our safety.
And where's the main keyword? Space. Location. Space. Alright. Whoops. Alright. Wait a minute. And then we want...
So my own teammate.
I think you do it this way. I forgot where that website is. Ain't that something? Yeah, I thought it was over here. Is it over there? I probably don't even buy it no more. Ain't that something? All right. I was published today, did you? So you're the API key. WP. All right. Good job. That was good. Stick on it. Stick on it. All right, let me try this now. So you can unplug that microphone then if you want to. But you... Oh, good job.
Here's your reminder. Turn off the oven. Mickey, here's your reminder. Turn off the oven.
Take
Get her off me! Suppressive fire! Suppressive fire!
Oh my God. Yeah, I think we can keep up with these two about it. You know, what happens is we don't always go through it all. But that way you can get down for a fact. Oh, you gotta stay with you. Okay. All right. was fun streaming this way. You stop it. I might do this more often this way. No, with the stream. And if I do, I can start putting use the streamer every day at 3:30 p.m. Something like that. Anyways. Yeah, you can kill the streamer if you want.